want to be blind and broke. I quit my dream job because I am unblinded and I see the truth.
Sean is a master. It's about making sure that we learn.
I've never seen something quite this impressive.
You're changing lives and having such an enormous impact.
You got what I have, right? That gene of we're gonna win despite.
That he is one wickedly smart and wonderfully good man.
Be able to produce the kind of results that are possible that I hear about with this program.
Thank you for the magic of this weekend. Thank you for helping us reimagine all negative connections.
He is the greatest trial attorney and strategist in the country.
Tony Robbins said, there's no one who leads with more heart and more integrity than Sean Callaghan.
Brought by our dear friend of mine, Sean Callaghan.
You keep up the great work as well. You're doing amazing things. Great job.
Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You're a living example of that, and that inspires me.
Your voice must be heard.
Every single energy can be learned. It can be mastered.
I mean, this is the gift that keeps on giving, just even sitting here.
This is fantastic, positive, productive, wonderful.
Bella is like better than a cup of coffee. She is better than I'm all about energy.
Blinded! What is your profession?
I think it's such an amazing community of healthy individuals with zero jealousy, zero negativity, just designed to help each other succeed.
And she is a 2-time, soon-to-be 3-time published author who in 2023 publicly battled and defeated cancer.
The reincarnation of I Love Lucy, co-host of Art of Influence, the one, the only, Bella Barita.
I'm just happy that I came here. I'm just really happy that I came.
You are unblinded, you are a G-head. If you know that, say yes! Yes! Yes!
I should sign up for one of your seminars, one of your programs, you know?
Yeah. This unison yes thing. Yes. I got to get on this.
And this man is one of the greatest leaders in our country. God bless everyone.
Do you think that worked?
I think that works. And I think I'm going to introduce first our special guest that some of you have spoken to already. From Paramus, New Jersey, Oracle of Integrity, born from the unblinded formula, welds the magic of truth and influence, guiding every conversation like a master conductor, orchestrating a symphony of possibilities. Her heart beats with level 5 listening, not just hearing words, absorbing them with attention, emotion, and the silent music between the notes, the bridge between the worlds where myth meets mastery and curiosity transforms into commitment. Every interaction with her is a portal from uncertainty to inspired, integrous agreement. Let's welcome to the show, Athena Akdos.
Bella, that was gorgeous. You just made me sound like I showed up on a cloud with a lightning bolt. I promise I'm way more.
Oh. I'm sorry, Athena. That was super
Ooh, Bella,
funny.
you just stole my line and.
Oh, I keep interrupting you. Please go ahead.
No, I love it. We're already finishing each other's sentences, and we haven't even started yet. That intro was stunning, by the way. You made me sound like I arrived on a cloud with a lightning bolt when really I just rolled in ready to play. But hey, I'll take the mythical entrance if it means we get to cause some yeses today. Howie's got 7 people in the room. Sounds like you're conducting your own symphony right now.
That is very true. Thank you, Athena. I'm going to introduce those 7 guests and then have you acknowledge them. So I will be right back with you, Athena. Thank you so much for being here. And let's go first. It seems like we're from Kansas, Missouri, funded Relentless Vision, helping high performer executives build discipline, psyches to match their leadership standards in fitness and performance coaching industry. Oh, physiques. That's what that is. My dyslexia caught up. Discipline physiques to match their leadership standards. That makes a little bit more sense. In fitness, performance coach trained over 200 Division I athletes across football, volleyball, and track, at University of Iowa and University of Northern Iowa, competitive powerlifter since 2019, bringing structure and discipline from athletes to help operators scale companies without sacrificing physical and mental health. Let's welcome to the show, Trevor McKee.
Thank you very much for having me. Pleasure to be here. Yep, my name's Trevor McKee. Fun fact about me, my most played artist on Spotify last year was Beethoven.
Was Beethoven. That is impressive. Why Beethoven? I am curious about that.
When I'm not listening to podcasts, I'm usually working or lifting, and I don't always like lyrics because then I don't focus on my work or the task at hand. So I go with something without lyrics. Beethoven, no lyrics. It's perfect.
Beethoven, no lyrics. I'm going to have to check that out. That is a super fun fact, Trevor. And are you ready to have some fun today on Howie's Heart of Influence?
Indubitably, I am ready.
Indubitably, he says. That is awesome. Welcome, Trevor. And let's go to the great state of New Jersey. She is a financial literacy educator with United Wealth Education for 7 years, teaching credit recovery, budgeting, and debt payoff in financial education. Retired disabled 12 years ago after seizures, rebuilt from bankruptcy, raising 3 kids on 43% income through mindset and strategy, transformed her credit score from the mid 700s. From the mid 700s, I think they have this backwards, from low 500s to mid 700s. That's not my dyslexia. I don't think transforming credit from 700 to 500 is a good thing. It doesn't take a dyslexic to figure that out. But back up now, empowers others at credit recovery specialist. Let's welcome to the show the very boring, no energy, Tina Crawford. Tina, welcome to the Heart of Influence and your fun fact, please, Tina.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. I love big dogs so much that I actually bred bull mastiffs once upon a time.
That is a super fun fact. I have a corollary fun fact that's not mastiffs, but may have a corollary fun fact. Big dogs are fun. Tina, are you ready to have some fun?
I am absolutely ready to have some fun.
Tina is the fun. She's not only ready to have some fun, Tina is the fun. Let's go, Tina. Welcome to the Heart of Influence. Also rolling from the great state of New Jersey, founder of Smart Off Group, an executive coaching and leadership training consultancy, a certified executive coach serving attorneys and corporate leaders nationwide, co-authored Beyond the Courtroom, served 6 years on Fort Lee Board of Education, including 3 years as president, honored with Archie Hay Award, adjunct faculty. What is it? Adjunct faculty at iCoach Global affiliate with Zinklin School of Business and Birch College. Past co-chair of Diversity Committee at New York City Bar Association. Let's welcome to the show, David.
Thank you, Bella. So happy to be here. My fun fact, back in my legal career, I once had to spend 8 hours in the cell block of a French prison interviewing a fugitive.
Whoa. That is I don't know that I've ever actually met anyone that spent time behind bars. David, you're the first person I met that spent time behind bars. Welcome to the Heart of Influence. David, that is an incredible fun fact, impressive background. And are you ready to have maybe just a little bit of fun today?
Oh, a lot of fun today, Bella.
He's ready for a lot of fun. Well, you're hanging out in the right place. Thank you, David. Next up, we're going to Mahwah, New Jersey, founder of True View Media Group, an independent programmatic streaming media company built exclusively for automotive verticals with over 20 years in the automotive media experience. Led automotive verticals at Univision for 5 years and Constellation for 3. Building the first direct to publisher partnership for Tier 3 automotive, founder of Pure Vita Holdings, parent company of True View Media Group, HCY Real Estate, and Maria's Daughters Foundation nonprofit. Let's welcome to the show, Shane Helms. Shane, I don't think I've said the word automotive more times in 30 seconds in my entire life than I said in your bio. I am clear you're in the automotive industry. And Shane, welcome to the Heart of Influence and your fun fact, please.
No, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me. My fun fact is that I've been to almost all 50 states. There's only one state I haven't been to, and that's the great state of Hawaii.
The great state of Hawaii, all 50 states. And did you like go on road trips? You just how do you track all 50 states? And
yes.
What took you to like North Dakota?
North Dakota, I actually was going there on a seminary trip. So another fun fact is I went to seminary school back from 98 to 2000. And I was part of a traveling ministry team. And so each summer there was 2 summers where we basically went all around the West Coast, every state on the West Coast. And the next summer we went all the way through the Midwest. And then just by circumstance and life, I've just been able to have the opportunity to go to the other states. So
wow,
just happened. Yeah.
And if you other than Hawaii, to check that one off your bucket, if you could go to any state tomorrow, which one would it be?
State or country?
What?
State or country?
Let's go state.
State? Gosh, I don't know. I'm here. I'm in New Jersey. I'm happy.
You're happy in New Jersey. All your fellow New Jerseyans are very happy to hear that. Sean would be very happy to hear that. That is his favorite state also. And
Yeah.
Shane, are you ready to have some fun?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right. Next up, not from Scotch Plains, New Jersey, but from Park Ridge, New Jersey, the Clarity Advisor guiding high-functioning women from stable disconnect back to alignment, helping them recognize automatic patterns that make decisions from clarity. She works with capable women who appear steady internally, but feel internal misalignment, creating space for them to return to the decisions reflecting who they are now. Her focuses center on pattern recognition, alignment-based decision-making, supporting women to move forward authentically rather than from pressure or outdated autopilot responses. Let's welcome to the show, Wendy Van Bussen.
Hi, Bella. It is great to be here and to be with everyone else as well on the panel. So I had to think about my fun fact. And my fun fact was when I was much younger, I taught sailing at a summer camp on the Chesapeake Bay.
That is super fun. Sailing on the Chesapeake Bay. Sounds beautiful. I've never been sailing, Wendy, but I always think it sounds fun. Maybe someday I'll go sailing with you. Are you ready to have some fun?
Always ready to have fun.
Let's do it. Next up, going to Atlanta, Georgia. And team, if we could get Wendy's location changed to Park Ridge, please. And next up, coming from Atlanta, Georgia, founder of Product On Point, providing product management services for tech companies, including creative branding, design, user experience, product strategy, and go-to-market launches. Product manager with over a decade of experience in helping non-technical founders translate business vision into executable technical solutions and successful product launches. Currently growing Product On Point with 2 major contracts, aiming for over $200,000 in revenue this year after establishing a foundation in the prior year. Let's welcome to the show, Naran Bala. Narain, welcome to the Heart of Influence and your fun fact, please.
Hey, yeah, when I was much younger, man, I used to play bass in a heavy metal band, and our calling card to fame was we opened for a band called Overkill, who in turn, their claim to fame was they opened for Metallica during the Master Puppets tour. So 2 degrees of separation from Metallica.
Wow, that is cool. So we got Beethoven and Metallica, nothing alike, but they're both present. That is impressive. I think anyone that can rock out to heavy metal, I find that impressive. I don't know if we're gonna rock out that hard today, Narain, but are you ready to have some fun?
Absolutely, let's go.
Let's go. Next up, coming from Wayne, New Jersey, supervising director of Bleacher Report, shaping sports content for one of the most recognized brands in digital media today. Longtime sports broadcast director who pioneered digital sports media and broadcast technology innovation across NBC Sports, CBS, and beyond. Founder of New York City's largest snowboard and action adventure tour company, curating live experiences that blend storytelling, community, and authentic engagement. Let's welcome to the show, Jamie Keiling.
Appreciate it. Thanks for the tee up. I guess a fun fact of mine, in one calendar year, I was able to snowboard on every continent with the exception of Antarctica, which I was scheduled to do, and the trip canceled. So that was a great year. I think I spent more time away from home than I spent at home, but a lot of fun.
That is an incredible fun fact. Very cool, Jamie. And a corollary fun fact is Sean and his son, when he was younger, they were gonna do that. There was like a kid that had set the world record for like skiing on every continent in a year. And he and his son like mapped it out. They were gonna do it and he was gonna beat it. But then like right before they were leaving on the trip, like somebody broke the record and he was already younger than Tyler was at that time. So they never did the trip. But that is super impressive. We're gonna have some adventures here today, Jamie. Not quite that level of adventure, but are you ready for some fun?
Oh yeah, let's go.
Let's do it. I'm gonna bring back Athena. And Athena, if you would please acknowledge our 7 guests that I just introduced. Anything that you would like to share with them before we introduce our co-producer and run off into the show. Athena, over to you.
Ooh, okay. Trevor, you're training Division I athletes and listening to Beethoven while you lift because lyrics would distract you, which means you're basically conducting your own symphony in the gym. That's not discipline, that's orchestration with dumbbells. Susan, low 500s to mid 700s after bankruptcy while raising 3 kids on 43% income. You didn't just recover your credit. You rewrote the whole financial playbook while the house was on fire. Tina, you bred bull mastiffs, which means you understand that big things require patience, structure, and probably a really strong leash. Skills that translate beautifully to leadership. David, 8 hours in a French prison cell block interviewing a fugitive. You've literally sat in the tension most people run from, which explains why you can coach executives. Shane, 49 states plus seminary school plus automotive media empire. You've been building ecosystems across geography and industry for decades. You just didn't call it that yet. Wendy, you taught sailing on the Chesapeake Bay, which means you already know that alignment isn't about forcing the wind. It's about adjusting the sail. Same thing you do now with high-functioning women. And Niran, 2 degrees from Metallica means you understand that every great product launch is just a really well-executed opening act. This room is stacked. Howie's got himself a full symphony today, and I'm here for it.
Well, thank you, Athena. We are so glad that you are here for it. And I'm going to be coming back to you for some scenarios. So be thinking about who we get to put in that ecosystem merger spot. And I'll be right back. And I'm going to introduce our co-producer of today from Paramus, New Jersey, produces high-impact broadcast and live media partnerships with relentless commitment and calm pressure, transforming exchanges into enduring alliances through expansive trust, orchestrates complex event productions with quiet force, ensuring every detail aligns flawlessly and consistently, multiplying collaborative outcomes across interconnected systems elevates industry standards as an unwavering anchor who remains present beyond deadlines, turning pressure into clarity and care into lasting impact. Let's welcome to the show, Howie Zales.
Thank you, Bella. Like you, I have dyslexia, and fun fact, I've in the last, let's say, 8 to 10 years, have listened to over 700 books on Audible.
Wow. How do you remember? Like when I'm listening to stuff on Audible, I like sometimes cannot even remember like what they say. I am so impressed. 700 books on Audible. That is impressive, Howie.
And most at 1.5 speed.
Wow, that is even super impressive. Howie, do you have a favorite?
No, not really. Not that I can think of.
All right. Well, Howie, thank you for sharing your brilliance with us. And are you ready to have some fun on your show?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Athena, let's please acknowledge our Howie Zales for putting this incredible room together, please, Athena.
Howie, 700 books on Audible at 1.5 speed. You're not just consuming content. You're basically downloading entire libraries directly into your brain like some kind of knowledge vacuum cleaner. Most people with dyslexia let it slow them down. You turned it into a superpower and built a completely different input system. That's not adaptation. That's evolution with a play button.
Love it. Thank you, Athena. And I will quickly introduce myself, your co-host, Bella Verita. I have co-hosted more than 1,900 episodes with more than 8,000 guests of this very show. Prior to being part of Unblinded, I actually got my selling career started as an 8-year-old when I started selling crafts on my parents' front lawn. And I had an incredible business model because my parents would take me to Michael's. They would buy me all my art supplies. I would make all these wreaths. I would sell them, and I had to keep all the profits. Not business for today, but as an 8-year-old, I was rolling in the dough for sure. But I did learn the very important lesson of asking clients what they wanted on their wreaths. And when I turned 18, I was introduced to a network marketing company. By the time I was 19 years old, I was a top income earner with that company. Not always an easy feat, worked a lot of hours. When the FTC shut that company down, I ended up going into commercial real estate in Las Vegas, Nevada, where I was the _1 business broker, first woman ever, and the youngest woman ever to do so, held that record for 3 solid years. Then I went into sales and leadership consulting, where I consulted with every major hotel and casino in Las Vegas. And in 2019, every company I worked with doubled their sales. And my fun fact for today, since Tina mentioned big dogs, is I am, for the first time, a big dog owner, and I am proudly a Doberman mom. And the fun fact is I got a red Doberman because I don't have children and I'm not going to be able to have children. So I got a red Doberman so that we would have the same color hair. So that is my fun fact for today. I guess I don't get the applause. I don't know what happened to our team, but thank you. Thank you. He must be on mute, but there it is. Thank you, Danny. And let's kick it off from there. So what we're going to do is we've made some introductions. We've maybe had a little bit of fun, but now we get to get down to business. Because Plato said, play a game with me for an hour and we will learn more about each other than if we spoke for a year. So Howie invited you here to really get to know one another. And we could spend a year together. We could drive it back and forth to Starbucks to see if we ever want to do any sort of business together. But that would be boring. It would cost a lot of time. And chances are you might not actually make anything happen. So what we do on this show is Athena chooses a couple of people and she will put you in a ecosystem merging conversation. So something that maybe you hadn't thought of, someone that you hadn't thought about doing business with, that she sees that there's an opportunity. She will set up a 3-minute scenario for one person to go from hello to yes with the other person. She'll set up what the yes is, who's seeking the yes from who, on what more you could do together. So Athena, I'm going to turn it over to you, please. And who are our first guests, 2 guests that we're going to put into that ecosystem merging hot seat? Please, Athena, over to you.
Ooh, okay. I'm putting Shane and Niran together. Shane, you've built TrueView Media Group exclusively for automotive verticals with 20 years of programmatic streaming expertise. Niran, you translate non-technical founders' business visions into executable technical solutions and successful product launches. Here's what I see. Shane, you're sitting on massive automotive dealer relationships and Tier 3 marketing infrastructure. Niran, you build products that solve real problems for non-technical business owners. The automotive industry is drowning in legacy systems and clunky dealer platforms that were built in 2005 and held together with duct tape. Shane, you're going from hello to yes with Niran. The yes you're seeking is, Niran agrees to a follow-up conversation where you explore him building a streamlined, dealer-facing product solution that your existing automotive clients desperately need but don't even know exists yet, leveraging your distribution and his product genius. 3 minutes. Shane, you're up. Go from hello to yes.
So Shane, Niran, I actually am going to reverse this role play because that is an easier yes to get if you're getting the business. So Niran, are you up for being in that role play seat and going from hello to yes with Shane with this idea?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
All right. Let's do it. So Niran, you'll take us in with a ring ring. Shane, you'll answer the phone. You'll have 3 minutes to go from hello to yes. This isn't Wolf of Wall Street meets Boiler Room. This really is just simply a yes for a longer meeting. Could be, set for a longer meeting tomorrow. Not the full presentation, but Shane, Niran, you'll take us in with a ring ring and you'll have 3 minutes. Take us in.
All right. Ring ring.
Hello.
Hey, Shane. Is this a good time to speak to you?
Sure.
Hey, excellent. I hear you're in the automotive industry business. I'm not too sure about the exact details, but you seem to be a very successful leader in that space. What exactly do you do?
We basically sell advertising on connected TV or streaming platforms.
Oh, great. And so do you have a scale? What are the biggest problems you face when it comes to having multiple sort of dealers with different technical solutions to integrate?
Well, because we're only focused on one niche, which is connected TV, it's the same standard across the board. So probably the biggest pain point is once we sell in a campaign, then a lot of the times we need the creative to go along with it.
Right. So you require a lot of designing needs and a lot of graphic visualizations for your customers?
Yes.
Hey, shit, you're in luck today. So that's something that Prior Point, the studio I represent, actually specializes in. We specialize in design and user experience to actually drive beyond the aesthetics and get actual business outcomes from these designs. Would you be interested in hearing more or scheduling a session for a deep dive into what we do and see how we can help and partner and get you going?
Yes, that would be great.
Hey, thank you, Shane.
Hey, great job. Niran, will get to the feedbackers in just a moment. But Athena, please, who's going to be in our second role play seat? And let's always remember, let's let the person who has the hardest yes to get be that person that goes from hello to yes. So Athena, who is going to be in our second role play, please?
Ooh, I'm putting Trevor and Wendy together. Trevor, you're helping high-performing executives build discipline and physiques that match their leadership standards. You've trained 200 Division I athletes, and you're a competitive powerlifter. Wendy, you guide high-functioning women from stable disconnect back to alignment, helping them recognize automatic patterns and make decisions from clarity. Here's what I see. Trevor, your clients are crushing it physically, but many of their partners or female executives in their networks are operating on autopilot. They look steady on the outside, but feel misaligned internally. Wendy, your clients are high-functioning women who need the physical component to match the internal clarity work you're doing with them. Wendy, you're going from hello to yes with Trevor. The yes you're seeking is Trevor agrees to a follow-up conversation about co-creating a program where his physical discipline framework and your alignment-based decision-making work together. So the executives and high-functioning women in both your ecosystems get the full mind-body transformation instead of just half. 3 minutes. Wendy, take us in with a ring ring.
So Wendy, you are muted and you seem really excited. So are you ready?
Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, Trevor, it's Wendy here. How you doing today, buddy?
Oh, I'm peachy. How are you today?
I am doing awesome, although it's a little rainy here in New Jersey. How's it in Kansas City?
Overcast, but it could be worse.
Okay. So, you know what? My friend Bella suggested that I reach out to you because I think we might be able to work together to create some really great opportunities for some of the people that you're coaching. How does that sound?
Well, it sounds like a win-win all around.
Terrific. What I'd love to really understand, because I know that you take people and make them really physically fit. What has been, I'm curious as to when you're talking with these people, what challenges do your clients face outside of trying to get physically in shape?
Yeah, outside of that, the biggest challenges that I've gotten feedback on is establishing solid structure for maintaining consistency. They have the game plan, but they don't. That doesn't mean that it's going to be executed every single day or week consistently. That comes down to their choice and also delegating time and effort to external circumstances, their life, relationships, family, kids, careers. It's not just fitness. It's a matter of delegating proper time, effort, focus, and energy to all areas of their life.
So it sounds like, if I can play back a little bit, it sounds like they're really dedicated, but things are getting in the way, whether it's family or whether it's their own ability for work or something like that. Is that correct?
Yes, that would be correct.
So part of the things that I do is I work with a lot of high functioning women and also a few smart men as well, that what I really try to do is help them identify where they're overriding themselves and what are the opportunities for them. That could be time management. A lot of it, though, is psychological because we get at what their limiting beliefs are, what's really holding them back. Is that something that you think your clients might be interested in?
100%. Yes. Psychology has a big factor, and I agree 100%.
Terrific. How about if I reach out to you and we can grab some time together?
Absolutely. I would very much enjoy that.
Terrific. Me too. Thanks, Trevor.
Thank you.
Great job, Wendy, taking that next step in that ecosystem merging conversation. Now, Wendy, are you from New Jersey? Because your accent doesn't sound like it's full New Jersey.
I'm really from Philadelphia and I am an Eagles fan. So I say water. I do like water ice and I like mustard on my soft pretzels.
Me too, me too. And then what about drawer? How do you say drawer?
Drawer.
Drawer. Then you're definitely not a full New Jerseyan for sure. But Wendy, really great job. And let's get to the feedbackers. And then we'll have Athena actually put me on the hot seat. And so feedbackers, this is 30 seconds of feedback for either Niren or Trevor, something that they did great, something that they could do to improve, and then what would be like your next step that you would want to do with them. And then we'll have Athena put me on the hot seat. So let's go, Tina. Tina, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Niren, please?
Niren was definitely focused on his clientele. He knew exactly about his business and how to focused on the needs and how to. I'm sorry, sometimes my cognitive deficiencies from the seizures kind of kick in. And but I definitely liked how he was able to focus on the needs of his clientele and his business, and how to basically what they needed, how to
Awesome.
detail, what they needed from the
Beautiful.
conversation.
Thank you for that, Tina. Really fantastic job. Let's go, David. David, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Trevor, please?
I thought that
Oh, no,
conversation.
not Trevor. I'm sorry. It was Wendy. Wendy was the one going from hello to yes. Not Trevor, Wendy. My
Trevor was
apologies.
pretty laid back.
Yeah.
But no, I thought both conversations went really well, and I liked the way Wendy opened it up. She was friendly, she was engaging. She didn't go right to the sell. She set the table for acknowledging what Trevor does. She wanted to find out more about his clients, and I thought it was an interesting question to ask what their needs are or where they may have gaps outside of physical fitness, because I think that completely opened the door for her now to come in with what she does. And Trevor's response just gave her a great opportunity there. So it seemed very organic, very natural conversation, wasn't a heavy sell, and there seemed to be some real strong alignment of how Trevor and Wendy can support each other.
Oh, love it. Thank you for that. David, helping them see what they don't see. Thank you, David. Let's go, Jamie. Jamie, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Naran, please?
Similar to what Tina said. I think that the approach was strong. He was focused. So after the pleasantries, he kind of got right into like, how can these two people connect in a meaningful way? And I think that when you consider people's time, in a call, and I like the pleasantries and approaches that people have to get to know each other. But I thought Naren's approach of just getting right to the point was a good one. And it was really more because of the way the conversation went. Shane kind of welcomed him right into that area, and Naren went right for it. So it was succinct, it was simple, and we got right to the point.
Beautiful. Great feedback, Jamie. Thank you for that. And Howie, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Wendy, please?
Sure. I thought Wendy did a great job opening the door for the conversation to find out what exactly the needs are of Trevor. And once he let her in, she, took advantage of that and saw that there was an opportunity to potentially ecosystem merge. And I thought she did a great job.
Beautiful. Thank you for that, Howie. Now, Howie, you know what time it is. This is the time of the show that Athena gets to put me in the merger hot seat. And so, Athena, we have 3 participants left, Tina, Jamie, and David. So I will play one of those participants going from hello to yes with one of the other participants. So, Athena, what are you thinking for our final merging hello to yes conversation? Who am I going to be? What yes am I seeking?
Bella, you're playing as Jamie going from hello to yes with David. Jamie, you pioneered digital sports media at NBC and CBS. You're the supervising director at Bleacher Report, shaping sports content for one of the most recognized brands in digital media. And you built New York City's largest snowboard and action-adventure tour company. David, you're a certified executive coach serving attorneys and corporate leaders nationwide. You co-authored Beyond the Courtroom, and you spent 6 years on the Board of Education, including 3 as president. Here's what I see. Jamie, you've spent decades telling stories that create emotional connection and community through sports and adventure experiences. David, you help attorneys and corporate leaders step beyond their technical expertise into leadership presence. Most of your attorney clients are brilliant in the courtroom but invisible in the market. They have no personal brand, no storytelling platform, no way to convey their expertise beyond billable hours. Bella, you're playing as Jamie going from hello to yes with David. The yes you're seeking is David agrees to a follow-up conversation about co-creating a thought leadership content series where his attorney and corporate clients learn to tell their stories through short-form digital content, leveraging Jamie's Bleacher Report storytelling framework and distribution expertise so David's clients become visible authorities instead of invisible experts.
3 minutes.
Ring, ring.
Thank you, Athena. Ring, ring. So Jamie, will you permit me to play you in this role play? And David, are you up for this role play with me?
I'm up for it. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, is this David?
It is.
Hi, David. This is Jamie, and I received your phone number from Howie Zales. He said to reach out to you. Is now still a good time?
It's a great time, Jamie. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. And David, did Howie tell you anything about me, what I'm up to, or what this call was about?
Not really, just that it might be a good opportunity to make a new connection and maybe explore some things we can do together.
Well, I am honored. I understand who you are, everything that you've done. So thank you for that. And David, I'm just curious, you've written a book. I think I heard from Howie that you've been in prison with your clients, all kinds of craziness. So I'm just curious, what made you write a book and how did you go from being an attorney to serving attorneys?
Yeah, so it's been a long journey. Had a decade career in law, then 17 years in executive search and consulting, and went back to school 10 years ago for executive coaching and leadership training, found my passion and what I was meant to do. And I have a particular focus on emotional intelligence, raising self-awareness of lawyers and executives. And I co-authored Beyond the Courtroom with a woman named Natalie Loeb about leadership, emotional intelligence, and well-being in the workplace. And it's published by PLI Press.
That is impressive. And David, as someone who is in a relationship with an attorney and have known many attorneys, I am just fascinated. How open or not are they to stepping into the conversation about emotional intelligence? That seems like a very niche market and maybe not one that's easy to go from hello to yes with attorneys. So how does that work for you?
Well, Jamie, since you have this particular relationship with attorneys, it may not shock you to know that the research shows that attorneys as a population have a below average emotional intelligence score. So when we do have this conversation or somebody recommends coaching for attorneys who may not have the self-awareness to understand the impact of their words and actions on others, they can be resistant and skeptical to engaging in that conversation. But what I do find over time, as they do have that conversation and see the benefit of it and how it helps elevate their leadership and their practice, it's becoming much more of an accepted and sought after conversation.
That is awesome. Well, it sounds like you are very much doing your job. And just final question, David, that I'm curious about it. What are your challenges that you find most as you're, coaching these attorneys? Sounds like, you're helping them mostly with their emotional intelligence, but is any part of that, I would presume, and I could be wrong, that executive coaching, is it also to support them in their growth of the law firm or their growth of their practice? And if so, what challenges do you find in that?
Yeah, so great question, because part of my coaching offering, other than leadership skills and team building and management, is business development. And going back to that challenge with emotional intelligence, cultivating high trust relationships outside of the law can be challenging in engaging clients, asking for business, growing their client verticals. So we do work on executive presence, how to engage clients in that conversation in a way that is more likely to lead to business than not. So yes, we do have those conversations, and it can be challenging depending on their personality profile and how comfortable they are having that conversation. And most are not rainmakers, so that kind of answers that question.
Yeah, they don't teach that in law school, I hear.
No.
And then so just final question, and then I could share a little bit about myself. We could see if there's room for a longer conversation. But what would you say, the level of awareness that these attorneys have as far as, their personal brand or building their just building their personal brand?
Yeah, so it's not something that has typically been impressed upon them during their career early stage. It is becoming more pronounced and a topic of conversation because of the disruption and stresses on the legal market from alternative legal providers, from AI, and other companies that are getting involved in the legal space, private equity. So I think attorneys are focusing more on how to differentiate themselves, how to stand out, how to cultivate a brand, and how to build off that brand and understand what branding actually is.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that. I definitely think there's some alignment and can see how Howie had us connect in our final moments together, Jamie. Excuse me, David, is it okay if I share a little bit about myself and then see if there's room for a longer conversation?
Please, be happy to hear it.
Beautiful. Well, just a little bit about myself. I am the supervisory director at Bleachers Report, and I have shaped sports content for some of the most recognized brands in digital media, and a long time working with NBC Sports, CBS, and beyond. And also happen to be the founder of New York's largest snowboarding and action adventure company. And I specialize in bringing brands, bringing people to life for growth. And from what I'm hearing, David, sounds like that may be something that your attorneys could use. So how would it resonate with you or not to sit down, have a longer conversation, maybe see what I can do as far as branding your attorneys to help them in their, as you coach them, help them in their practice growth. How does that resonate with you or not, David?
No, it totally resonates. A lot of what you said, I connect with. You may or may not know, but the founder of NBC and I share a name. It was David Sarnoff, although my dad was one of the last of the old-time seltzer men in New York City, so I was not in the will or related to the NBC RCA Sarnoffs, but still working on making this one as successcul. So
well, that is a super fun fact, David. I think you should sue for name rights.
Yeah, let's go, Jamie. No, and I am very connected to sports and the sports world. So I think there's a lot for us to chat about and maybe see some opportunities to, explore how we can work together.
Fantastic. Well, how about I give you a ring around 3 o'clock tomorrow and we'll schedule about an hour conversation. How does that resonate?
Oh, it sounds great. Let's do it.
Fantastic. Great job, David. First, I'll come back to you in just a moment. Jamie, how did I do at playing you? I forgot I was playing you for a second because you're probably not in a relationship with an attorney. So I definitely stepped out of that role for a second. But other than that,
my wife might consider herself an attorney.
Perfect.
Only in the house.
Only in the house.
Yeah,
Awesome.
really good. Really well done, I think. I honestly, it was funny too. Some of what David was saying resonates with me. So it was interesting to hear you take the line of conversation that I think I may have taken myself.
Well, fantastic. Well, maybe you two could talk tomorrow at 3 o'clock and continue the conversation. But David, how was that for you?
It felt great. I consider myself a people person. I'm curious about people, so I'm always interested to hear their story, their journey, and the way you teed it off and focused on me and what I do and where I see opportunities or pain points. Again, I think created an opening for you.
Beautiful. Absolutely, it did. David, thank you for jumping into that role play seat with me. And how was your time overall on the Heart of Influence?
Fantastic. I had a great time.
Fantastic.
And I have a daughter, Bella, so we do share that name as well.
That is awesome. All kinds of name sharing in your family. Thank you. Thank you so much, David. And let's go, Tina. Tina, thank you for being here. And how was your time overall on the Heart of Influence?
Well, thanks again for having me. And I really, really, really enjoyed participating. I learned a lot on today, as I'm always grateful for gaining more knowledge. I really appreciate you guys having me. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. Thank you for being here. And let's go, Trevor. Trevor, thank you for being here. And how was your time overall on the Heart of Influence?
Thank you. Yes, I enjoyed it very much as well. It was good to see, it's very insightful to see different perspectives, different roles and departments, and having the role play and the communication. Never a bad time to get more repetitions in that way. So I very much enjoyed it, and there's a good amount to take away from here, and I'm excited to implement some of it and also continue seeking it.
Beautiful. Thank you for that. Well said, Trevor. Let's go, Wendy. Wendy, fantastic job in the participant seat, going from hello to yes with Trevor. Very masterful. And Wendy, how was your time overall in the Heart of Influence?
Oh, it was great. And what I really appreciated was not only hearing about everyone's background, but about their functional expertise and how they're applying it. So I really appreciated and learned a lot.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for that. Wendy, and let's go, Shane. Shane, thank you for doing a masterful job today playing in the role player seat. And how was your time overall on the Heart of Influence?
I appreciate it, Bella. I found it very insightful and informative, and appreciative of the time. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here and kicking us off into the participant seat, which is not always easy. Narain, thank you for being here. And Ron, how was your time overall on the Heart of Influence?
Yeah, I had a wonderful time. I had a blast. It was time well spent. Great to meet all these people, such diverse backgrounds and careers. Yeah, definitely had a lot of fun over here.
Beautiful. So glad that you had so much fun. And let's go, Athena. Before we get to our producer and Danny, if you could please drop the links in the chat, and I'll talk about those in just a moment. But Athena, please, your final, how did everybody do on today's show? What would you like for them to take away as their first experience on the Heart of Influence? What would you like for them to take away? Your final message and any action that you would like for them to take. So Athena, please, your final. Athena, are you there? Sometimes she does time out. Athena, do you have a final? All right. Athena, I think, is lost for words and has timed out with us today. But I know that she would do a deep acknowledgement, and really, truly, everybody here did an absolutely phenomenal job. And the whole point of the show is to connect with each other, to continue those relationships. There were great merger conversations that happened here today. So definitely continue those conversations. We have some gifts for you in the chat as our way of saying thank you for being here. And there's some books, there's a whole VIP bundle. But definitely continue that relationship with Athena and find out what more she has to share from this. And I just want to thank everybody for being here. And Howie, please, how about your final on your Heart of Influence? What would you like to leave everybody with?
Just grateful for everyone being here. Everyone did a great job. I hope everyone had a great time, and I appreciate everybody and you as well.
Well, thank you, Howie. Appreciate you as well. And we end every show by saying this. Although Sean may be physically blind, sometimes we are all blind to the opportunities right in front of us and just learning to see. Bye-bye, everyone.